Hello, welcome back again. My name is Louis Wandu. I've already prepared the first book, which was Rise to Globalism by Stephen E. Ambrose, where he talked about the Americans' foreign policy since 1938. Um, we will be moving forward with the second book review, which is My Soul is Rested, the story of the civil rights movement in the Deep South by Howard Raines, published in New York, Penguin Books, 1977. It has 256 pages and it sells for $17. Let me recap. Since I prepared the first video, I'll still follow that same structure by saying that my name is Louis Wandu and I'm a student at Lamar State College and I'm taking history 1302-80S with Professor Davis, Mr. Davis. So today I'll be talking about, like I mentioned earlier, My Soul is Rested, the story of the civil rights movements in the Deep South by Howard Raines, New York, Penguin Books, 1977, and it has, like I said earlier, 256 pages, and it is selling for $17. Howard Raines' My Soul is Rested is an extraordinary oral history of the civil rights movement, capturing the voices of those who lived through one of the most transformative periods in American history. The book consists of interviews with activists, leaders, and ordinary citizens who participated in the struggle for racial equality in the Deep South. Through these first-hand accounts, Raines constructs a vivid and deeply humane narrative of courage, sacrifice, and determination. The author's approach is primarily documentary, allowing the participants to speak for themselves. This method gives the book an authenticity that few traditional histories can match. Raines' commentary is minimal, serving mainly to provide context and connect the stories. His point of view is empathetic and committed to preserving the integrity of these voices rather than imposing heavy interpretation. The sources, oral testimonies, are powerful, offering emotional depth and immediacy. For example, one activist recalls, "We were ready to die for freedom," and this is on page 112. So we were ready to die. That's opening quotes. We were ready to die for freedom. End of quotes. And this was said by one activist, and this can be found on page 112 in the book. A statement that conveys the intensity of conviction behind the movement. Raines suggests that the civil rights movement was driven by grassroots activism as much as by national leadership. He emphasizes the role of ordinary people who risk their lives to challenge segregation and injustice. This perspective counters narratives that focus exclusively on prominent figures like Martin Luther King Jr., highlighting instead the collective nature of the struggle. The book also underscores the moral urgency for the movement, portraying it as a fight not only for legal rights but for human dignity. One proposition that invites discussion is Raines' implicit argument that oral history alone can fully capture the complexity of the movement. While the interviews provide unparalleled immediacy, they lacked detailed analysis of legislative processes and political negotiations. Readers seeking a comprehensive account of policy changes may find this approach limited. However, the omission is deliberate. Raines aim to foreground lived experiences rather than institutionalized history. Another strength of the book is its ability to convey the emotional climate of the era. The testimonies reveal fear, hope, and resilience, making the reader feel the stakes of each march and sitting. Yet, the reliance on memory raises questions about accuracy. Personal recollection can be selective or shaped by hindsight, and Raines does not always interrogate these narratives critically. Still, the richness of the voices compensates for this limitation, offering insights that statistics and official records cannot. My Souls is Rested remains a landmark work. It enriches our understanding of the civil rights movement by restoring agency to those who fought in the trenches of history. For students and scholars alike, this book is indispensable, not just for its analysis of laws, but also for its portrayal of human courage and the ending or enduring quest for justice. Thank you very much.